Okay, so this call is getting recorded. Okay, so this is lesson number 12, or this is the 12th week. I mean, lesson number 12 nahi hai, but 12th week hai, right? So 12th week we are learning 12 weeks, last 12 weeks we are learning Python. तर खूपशा गोष्टी कव्हर केल्यात. लास्ट वीक मध्ये क्विज केला आपण, आणि आय जस्ट वॉन्ट टू रिमाइंड यू गाईज की एक 2 वीक अगोदर आपण हा प्रोग्राम केला होता. तुम्हाला आठवतोय का? की वी रोट अ प्रोग्राम, आणि ऍक्च्युअली तुम्हाला होमवर्क सांगितला होता की करा म्हणून. की we did this one in a class, but I also ask you guys to do it at home. Take a comma separated number list as a string input from user. Then find 99 in that string, and if a 99 is present in the string, then display true. When user types, so once this is done, you are repeating that same step, two steps, right? When user types quit program, then end the program. So you have a for loop or a while loop, you keep doing that, and when user types quit program, then you end the program. आठवतं का सगळ्यांना आपण हा प्रोग्राम केला होता? Someone guys type it if you remember, or if you don't remember, type no, we didn't do it. Okay, so most of you guys remember we did this program. Bear with me. मला allergy आहे आज, तर my nose is runny nose. सर्दी झाल्यासारखं आहे, तर you might hear me sneezing आणि clearing my nose. Okay. So last week काहीतरी आपण केला होता हा प्रोग्राम, right? So today we are gonna go and do similar kind of program to write the content in a file. Okay. So last week ला आपण हे केलं होतं, right? We looked at the file handling API or a function. So कोणी टाईप करेल का ओपन म्हणजे काय करतं? फाईल ओपन फंक्शन केला तर काय करतं ते? तुम्ही आन्सर केल्यानंतरच वी विल गो नेक्स्ट. ओके, ऍटलीस्ट आय विल नीड टू सी वन आन्सर. व्हॉट इज दिस ओपन मीन? Okay, so open is to open the file. Arjun, now next question you are not answering. Okay, someone else. Read. What is the read means? Other than Arjun. What is this read function do? Arjun ने सुरुवात करून दिली आहे चांगली. Someone need to type. Okay, Mihika is saying read the files. Okay, good. So now, okay, so read Sangitla, and I think Mihika cannot answer this question, but other than Mihika, okay, Shlok, not print one line. No, don't read, print one line. Okay, none of this function print anything. This read function reads entire file. Open function opens the file. Read function reads the entire file. Okay, not one line, two line, whole file. What is this write? Other than Mihika, what is this write function do? Arjun, you can answer this too. What is this write do? Mihika, I told you don't answer. Deepika Sawant म्हणजे Mihika, right? Deepika Sawant. No, okay, sorry, Mihika. Okay, Deepali means. It's very confusing. You guys have your parents' IDs or your, okay, Deepika is Deepika. It's hard. Actually, I'm gonna call you guys with whatever the screen name you are. If it is parents' name, feel proud that I'm calling with your friend's name, parents' name. But okay, then now let's go. Uh, okay, so right, okay. Mm, don't Google it and tell me answer. Okay, you can just tell me what you know. It's far better if you tell me what you know than Googling it and telling me the better answer. That's not important. I want to know what you guys know. So write is writing a file. If a file is already present there, then it's gonna override that file. That means it's gonna delete or override that file content and write whatever you tell to write. But it is gonna write whole file. Okay, what is close does? Closes the file, right? So if you open the file, it's like, oh, you open the bucket or a box, you need to close the box, right? So that's what happens. So if you open the box or file, then you need to close it. So to close it is to close the file, right? So once you open, you can do read or write, but ultimately you have to close. It's like a box. So opened it, you took out something or something from that box, played with it, some toy, you took it out, you forgot to keep it back, and you close it, the toy will be outside. But then file has to be closed or a box has to be closed, right? If you don't close the box, what will happen? Someone else can grab the toy from that box. So that's the reason the close function is there to close the file. Current software, don't delete the file if it is not closed. Current software, if your program opens the file and you just left it open, current programs are of software operating system are smart enough, they do close it on behalf of you. But early days मध्ये जेव्हा करत होते प्रोग्रामिंग त्यावेळेला you have to close the file, otherwise no one else can open the file. But nowadays it is all good. So what is this remove? Now we learn open, read, write, close. What is this remove mean? What is the remove? Oh yeah, file will remove. What is that mean, Deepika? Another way to answer. Can you answer some more other way? Or explain some other way? Come on, quick guys. Delete the file. No, not delete the file content. Actually, delete the file. So if you have file like this, it says, oh, Suresh 2 is a file. If you want to delete that file and not keep it anymore, then you can just say remove that file, right? Usually, when you say something like, let me show you what I mean is deleting the file and removing the file, or deleting the file content and removing the file, it's totally two different things, right? I'm going to show you what I mean, right? This is the test file. So when I say, oh, this is, sir, I did not understand. When you say delete the content, I'm going to go and delete and say save. So the file is saved. You can see file content is 0 byte. File don't have any data. So this is like delete the file content. We deleted the file content. But removing means what? You're actually deleting the file, so you don't see that file anymore in that folder. So the remove function removes the file, not delete the content. Okay. So now this is the part which we are going to learn in today's class. See guys, it's already 7:40 at my place. That means I think it's 8:10. So the this is the program we are gonna do today. The faster we do, the earlier you guys gonna go home. What was that? Read. What do you wanted to ask? Okay, so do you guys understand, right? The faster we do this program and you guys understand, the earlier you guys go home. Is it deal? Yes or no? You guys can say yes or no. You guys have to type before I start anything. Is this a good deal? If you guys don't finish in a time, you are gonna sit there after 9. Don't worry, I will not keep you guys after 9. Okay. Okay. So what is this program tells us? Take input file name from the user. So we have to take the file name from the user. So that's the first input. Take input string from the user. Okay. File name, we are going to take it. Then again, we are going to take input string. Write string to file. Okay. That's our third task. And so third task. And then it says, right, when user type quit program, they name the program. But there is a hidden requirement or hidden instruction which tells you that what if user don't type quit program, if the user don't write the quit program, then we have to repeat these two statements, right? Take input from user and write to the file. So repeat these two until user writes the quit program, right? So you guys understand that what is the requirement or problem statement here, right? Arjun, you guys said yes, but how about others? Deepika, Parth, who else is in a class today? Aditi, right? Aditi, I see Arjun saying yes. Prathamesh, Shlok, what's happening? Soham, Venkat just joined, so you don't know what we are talking. Soham and Prathamesh, I don't hear you saying anything. I'm not gonna see guys. तुमची सगळ्यांची नावं घेतोय मी म्हणजे प्रत्येकाला यायला हवंय याच्यासाठी नावं घेतोय म्हणजे आय एम नॉट पिन पॉइंटिंग राईट इट्स लाईक everybody has to understand this, otherwise there is no point you guys sitting in the class, right? I'm not punishing you guys or doing anything, so you guys need to understand, and then only we can just go further. So okay, so let's start writing program. It tells us, okay, do this, right? So with this program, we want to use the function, because if you remember in a previous program, we use a function. So here also we want to use the function. But let's start with take file name from user and write input and write these things. We will worry about this part later. So let's do these 3 steps, right? So let's start and you guys tell me what to do. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. So if I'm gonna comment this all thing, where is the comment part? Code completion, reformat, comment in line. So I'm gonna start this program. So now first statement, tell me what to do with it. Take input from the user. How to take the input? You guys have to quickly tell me what I should write to take the input from user. Or I'm gonna copy these requirements into my program, so we don't have to switch back and forth, right? So here are the requirements, right? We say step 1, yeah, you guys have to type. If somebody does a mistake, correct it. somebody does, yeah. So you guys have to be fast, right? Because, okay, there you go. So Arjun and Deepika helping each other and coming up. So, okay, I'm going to type. So it first is like print. Okay, what do you say? Enter file name, right? I'm just going to do little more formatting, but that's cosmetic, right? That's not really needed. But this is what he meant, right? So I will just, instead of saying X, I'll say file name, right? Equal to input. Okay. So what we are going to do with this? Guys, other guys need to answer. So we take the input from the user. So we got the input file name. So yes, we got that input file name here. एकटाच दीपिका आणि अर्जुन आन्सर नाही देणार आहे पार्थ and then I think who else? You guys need to put your brain too. The first step looks like is done, right? Take input file name from user. Yes, we got the file name from user. What is the next step? Take input from user. But I think we are not saying, yeah, take an input from user. Let's take the input from user. How do you take the input from user? Now we got a file name. Input, take input string from user. How do you gonna tell it to the user? Yeah, are you guys typing? I don't see anyone else typing. File equal to input. Already input alay, right? But yes, it's gonna be something like that. We are gonna take input from the user, right? Actually, you know how to do the comment? We can do comment like this, or take input from user, then this is the comment, right? When you write the big program, you always write the comment, so you know. So now we are gonna say something like, oh, please enter what string to write in file, right? So this is what we are asking. Take input string from user. So we are saying, please enter string to write in a file. And then what we have to do, right? String to write. I'm just giving proper names, but that's also we are going to get it from the user. So you got that string, but now we got that string. Now what is the third step? How I can do this third step? Can you tell me how to do this third step? I'm not gonna move, guys. You guys have to go, right? Now I have the file name. I also have the string to write. So I just need to write the string to file. There is a way, right? We learn. Guys, फटाफट सांगा. You guys don't need to refer to Google or search. You use your brain. Nasil, okay. Can you guys just say, oh, I don't remember. Can we go back to it? How you write text to file? Do you guys remember? आत्ताच आपण revise केलं, right? What did we revise here? What did we? Which function we need to use? Right? This right? Okay, writes does the writing. म्हणून मी revise केलं, right? So okay, what you are saying is okay, but write is do not write. But what can we directly write, Arjun? That's the reason, right? We have to show. I was showing. So oh yeah, this is to write, but it's something like a box. If a box is a close, can you put anything in the box? Can you put anything in the box if a box is a close? Right? So what you do? What you have to do first? Open the box. right? So how to open the file? Yeah, open the file. How you open the file? We got the file name, right? So what we were saying, write string to file. So we have to, we got the file name, so we have to write the string into that file, right? So open, right? But how to do it? So we say file equal to, what was that? Open file command. Remember? Here it's like open, right? Open and then name of the file, right? So what is the name of the file? We said here file name. And then we are supposed to write. So how do you write the file? Right static attribute. How do you write file? Open the file in a write mode. And guys, remember we use this, right? All right. When we open the file, so we open this file which is user has named that one, right? And then we are putting that file, and then we are supposed to write what you got in this string, right? So what we are going to say, file dot write, and what what do we have to write in the file? What we said, write the string to file. So where is that string? We got that string from the user. So this is the string we got from the user. So we're going to write that. And once we write, what we supposed to do? Wait, what is no you guys typing out? Deepika and so once you write the file, just like a box, you opened it. Now what you need to do? You need to do close, right? So file dot close. So now this is the step 3. So what we are doing is we are doing these 3 steps step by step, right? Let's do 3 steps at a time, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a breakpoint here and I'm gonna run it. Let's just do that. Is this gonna work or not? We can just find out this first and then go for the next step. Close the file. Okay, right? So okay, let's do this. So enter the file name, right? What we're gonna enter the file name? I have the path usually, right? If I just say file here, then I think it is, we don't know where it is gonna write. So we should have done SQL and data. So please enter the string. This is test string, right? So we got it here. It says what file name is this and string to write. This is the test string. You guys with me till this point? Our 2 variables, this variable and this variable. Do you guys understand those two? What values it has? Now, when we go for this, I'm not going to debug till you guys say yes, you guys understand. Do you guys see these variables? Okay, yes from path. Okay, Arjun said yes. Okay, so now I'm going to go step over this. It says file is open, right? Now I'm going to execute to the right string what it says. Okay, splited text not found. I think there is some error. It's is the open is in quotes like this. I think that's one of the things we should have made sure. Yeah, they are. So we got error here, right? You guys see the error here? It says something name error. Name splitted text is not defined because I think what we entered is there is a console. Here you go, right? But Arjun saying yes. So it's okay. Let me stop it. But you guys can see, right? It's right. Should have showed me the error. The right is not there like this, and close is not there like this. It all goes as a lowercase. So that's a good catch, Arjun. I'm gonna run the program again, and we are gonna go enter the file name. Right? What we said: c:\data test file dot txt. Enter the string. This is test data. So now you can again see file name and these things together. You guys with me? Now file. It says you wrote the file and we gave the path for a file, right? If you guys remember, here is your test file. Do you see it is created? It shows 0 bytes because we did not close the file yet. So we need to make sure we close the file, right? So now we close the file. So now you can see it has 1 byte. And this is what the content is, right? So you guys could at least understand how you are writing the file. We got the file name from the user. We got the string. Now we use that file name and we use that string to write into the file and we close, right? Yes, you guys understand? Okay. So what we now said, oh, we got this first 3 steps, but now it says, hey, when the user type quit program, then only end the program. Otherwise, keep doing this second and third step again and again. Yes, right? That's kind of a hidden requirement. So we have to keep doing these steps. So when we say, oh, we need to keep doing these 2 steps, that means what? We need some kind of loop. And we learned there are few loops, right? Which loop we can use it here? While, right? Yeah. So how do we use that loop? I think these steps are there. So we actually need to put these steps into function. So you guys remember how to define the function? So we can call that write function from main program and keep doing in that while loop. Right? So okay, let's call all these things. So we said this function, right? I don't remember the syntax, so I'm gonna rely on you guys. And everything in a function has to be right? So let's see if this work. Don't look like what this error says to us. Actually, we don't need these codes, right? I think this is Python. So we don't need a codes. But I think what we need to take input from a user, right? So this has to be outside of function. So this function need to take string, right? So we are gonna say file name and user text. And what we are gonna do is we're gonna do this part into main function where we take user input from file name, and then what is that function? Oh, we need to call function with name write to my file, right? We basically pass the file name to this guy. Actually, a lot of things we need to change here. If you guys remember what we did last time, what we are doing is we are supposed to do take user input from the user to, and we are just gonna this only write to file is what we are gonna do into function. Open the file and write to file. Oh, I think I need to follow these. We need to go see how this function definition goes. We'll go and see it later. I think that's fine. So what we are doing here is take input from user in a file, take string, and then now we are going to compare here saying while string to write is not equal to what we said, quit program. If it is not that, we are going to call write these things. Otherwise, we are going to go and write to my file. So does this make sense to you guys? We take input from a user as a file name, then we take string from a user and we check user string to the quit program. If it is not equal to quit program, then call this function. Otherwise, come out of this while loop. When it comes out of while loop means it's closing this program, right? And this is going to call the function. So we're supposed to pass file name and write. Okay, what these errors is. This is fine. Didn't we do this? Do we have to put a name? No, right? And you don't need a string. This is gonna take it string. So, okay, if by reading this, does this make sense to you guys before we go and execute? So we wrote a function just to write the file content, and the rest of the things we are doing outside of file taking input from a user. But if I do this, is it gonna work? Okay, you said yes. There are some of the things not gonna work, but that's what I think we want to make sure we fix those by debugging and making sure. Okay, before we go, this part says no, it's not gonna work. Why it is not gonna work?
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Why? You don't know why. Okay, but you don't know why it is not gonna work. But I know if it is no, okay, but it's not gonna work. But I think there are some reason, and we will find out. So let's run it, right, and see what happens. We are gonna run it. It says, oh, it's before itself, it's compilation error self. Something in a compilation error. Why it is compilation error? God. Oh God. Okay. Open them and see. Okay. So I've missed that colon, right? I thought I had colon somewhere, but it's okay. Okay, so let's go console. Where we stand here, please enter. So I'm gonna run it. Actually, I don't need a breakpoint till this point, right? We were good till this. So I'm gonna enter the file name. So it's basically it's file name. I'm just still gonna go do the same file name, right? What was the file name? Test file, right? .txt. Is that the file name I gave? Test file.txt. Okay. So I'm gonna enter that, and I'm gonna this is function fun cdio test. Okay. You guys know already the file is there. It has this, right? So we're entering the different text now. I'm gonna go Say enter. So what is this happening? You guys know? Oh, it is. I think we should have stopped it here too. There you guys are. Oh, for path and okay, I think they said no. Okay, so I think the program got hanged because we did not put correct number here. So let me stop it and rerun it. I think where we stopped it before. So let me rerun it one more time. C colon data test file dot txt. Right. This is function test. Okay. So we came out here. Now it is comparing against this data, right? So is that true? No, right? So now it is going to go in a function. So we're going to say that inside the function, it came out here. We are saying write this file. So what happens? It open the file. It's going to write the text. What is this? This is function test, correct? When it writes and closes, it came out. So now if you look at the file, it wrote that part, right? It overwrite our previous one, but it wrote the new text, whatever we typed in. But now if you see, if I execute, it's going here. And then what's happening? It's calling a function again. So what is happening? It basically uses the string and checking again. We did not take a user input again, right? Do you guys understand what mistake we did? No one saying yes or no. Because yeah, every time our program, what we were saying, we need to take new user input, right? So we are not taking a new user input. So we need to get a user input in this place. And then we do those things. So if you guys understand, then our for loop should not be staying here. What our for loop should do is go before even we take this input. So one way is we can write this statement again. So I'll show you how you can do it, right? So you can do it this way, better that way, right? That first time you took the input, tested, then wrote it, then you are asking another input, doing it again. This is one way, right? But what happens in this way is you are doing the same piece of code twice, right? You guys understand? Let me know if you understand or not. This is going to happen twice and it will work, right? But that's where we always avoid. If you are writing code, then you always avoid writing the duplicate code, because what happens if you have the defect or bug or issue in this one program, if you do the spelling mistake in one program, one place, it is bound that you copy the same code, so you have mistake in other place. That's the reason always try to minimize the code. So how you can do this with only one set of code is this way. You basically say here string input, instead of taking string input, you say right this way. So you basically assign some value, and that's the way your program gonna go enter into this place first, and then afterwards it's gonna keep calling it. So let's see with this. Does that make sense or not? I'm gonna debug it one more time. So we're gonna say file name as C colon / data dot test file dot txt. It came out here. Now you can see, oh, this program is not true. So it is basically printing this, asking me to enter data. This is second time function test, right? That's what I wrote now. So now the string is this. It is gonna go inside this function. What it's gonna do is gonna write that file. It came out. If I go and look at the file content, you guys can go, oh, this is second time test, right? Agree till this point? You guys understand? Yes, no, okay. And then now it's gonna execute this while loop again. Now it's gonna compare that, right? It doesn't say that text, right? So what is gonna happen is it's asking you, please enter string to write in a file. So supposedly if I type here, create program, or no, let me not type it. This is third test. If I type it here, oops. Okay, I should execute this and then ask for it. This is third test. So when I do that, it's gonna go again in a function. It's gonna write that. So if you look at this, it writes, this is third test, right? So now if I come back again, it is gonna compare. It's not this same thing, right? Quit program. So it's gonna keep asking me to do the things again. So if this time, if I type quit program, what's gonna happen? It's gonna go write that text again into file. And when it comes out, now this condition, is this condition gonna be true now? Yes, right? So that's the reason the program come out, and you can now see the last time it went and it wrote quit program, right? Does that make sense? So we wrote the function to do that whole thing, right? We use a function, we use while loop, but there's another problem. You guys say, oh, if you look, always our program will have only one line, but that's not what we intended. So how do you fix that one? So how do you fix every time we open the file in a write mode? So that's the reason the file keeps overwriting. So how do you fix that? Can you guys tell me how do you fix it? If you guys remember, we have multiple mode, right? Append mode. But how do you get open the file in append mode? Read mode is to only read the file. You can't write to the file if you use the read mode. The append mode is the right answer. But how do you open the file in append mode? Right. So yeah, you can use append mode, and you guys, I'm not gonna debug now. I'm just gonna run the program so I can show you guys how it works. C colon data test file dot txt. This is my first string. Oh, this is my second string. I'm continuing, this is my third string. I can keep typing and this program will keep asking me, oh, as many times. But I am now got tired of writing. So I'm going to come out of this program. What I have to type to come out of this program? Quit program, right? Is that the exact spelling I'm checking? Quit program, right? Just making sure my spelling is correct. As soon as I say, it comes out. It don't ask me any question anymore. If I look at it, you can see, oh, this quit program was from last time, but this is my first string. This is my second string. This is my third string. And then quit program. So now I will ask you guys one more thing. How I can fix this to put it on a separate line? So now you guys need to tell me. I'm just gonna delete the whole file content and save it. So how do I put the text on a separate line each time? How do you do it? You guys can answer that and we'll fix that quickly and then you guys are good to go. How to write on a new line every time? If you guys don't answer, that means you guys don't pay attention to what I teach. There is a method, right? We saw only few. Writes whole file content. But if you want to write something line by line, there is another function. Quick, guys. No. Isn't there a write line function? Or no, there is a no write line function. Okay, then there is a no write line then. I'm not sure if this has the right lines. Or like lines or line. Let's see what it says. Does it take the right line or not? Test file dot. Is that the file name we gave? This is for string. This is, oh, okay. See, there is no right line. It is, I think, right lines, right? Yeah, you can see it here. C colon data dot comma test file dot txt. This is first string. This is second string. This is third string. This is fourth string. Are you guys tired now? Okay, we can type quit program. And now we can go and see our file content, right? Still don't print. This is first string, second string. So I think what we need to do, it doesn't write lines, doesn't really support the writing on the next line. So I think what we need to do is append the line with /r, right? This is right line. So if I do this, let me do it one more time. Test file.txt. This is a really new line. One more time. Create program. Right? So can you guys say now what is happening? See, now it came out on this, right? So Python, I think, don't have functions to write on the new separate lines. So we need to explicitly make a provision to write with the /r or /n. Does that make sense to you guys? It's already 8:27, but we are learning couple of things here. One, I know we already did writing a function. So we did a function with multiple input parameters. And also we are writing a for loop, checking something and calling the functions, right? So that's kind of you can see now, oh, you are writing multiple lines of code to achieve what the work you are asked, right? Any questions, guys, before you guys go? Maybe next time what we can do or learn about, I think, just pure some math functions. I think what we can try something. But okay, where is my good? I got lost. Okay. So it's already late, guys. Maybe next week I haven't yet thought what we will learn. I thought there's something we wanted to do. Maybe we can just go at some of the math functions like min, max, array, absolute, power, those kind of things. And we will try using some models like to how date works and those things. Right. So we will do that next week. Putting function in a different module and calling that, right? That's what we will try. Okay, guys. I'm gonna stop recording and you guys can drop off. I know only few of you guys saying yes, Arjun and Parth. I didn't heard Deepika or Aditi saying anything. So Aditi and Deepika, do you guys understand what we were doing? Shlok also. I did not see Shlok saying anything. Deepika said yes. Hey, what happened to Mansi? I don't see Mansi joining anymore. I'm going to stop recording by the time we talk. No homework, Deepika.